Welcome back to Chess Thoughts. I'm your host, and today's episode is all about one of life's biggest crossroads, choosing a career and how to make those important life decisions that shape our futures. Whether you're just starting out in your career, thinking about a change, or feeling uncertain about your path, making decisions around your career can feel overwhelming. What if you make the wrong choice? How do you know which direction to take when there are so many options? Well, today we're going to break it down step by step. I'll share some practical advice on how to approach career decisions, how to figure out what's right for you, and how to manage the fear and uncertainty that often come with big life choices. Let's get into it. The first thing I want to say is that career choices aren't permanent. I think a lot of us feel an immense pressure to get it right the first time, as if one wrong move will send us down a path we can never recover from. But here's the truth. Most people change careers multiple times throughout their lives. In fact, the idea of staying in the same job or field for your entire life is becoming less and less common. So if you're feeling stuck or worried about making the right decision, remember this. You're allowed to evolve. Your interests, passions, and goals may change over time, and that's okay. The important thing is to make the best decision for where you are right now, knowing that you can always pivot if things change later. Before you can make any big career decisions, it's essential to take some time for self-reflection. Choosing a career isn't just about picking something that sounds cool or pays well. It's about finding something that aligns with who you are and what you value. Here are a few questions to guide your reflection. 1. What are my strengths? What skills come naturally to you? And what do you enjoy doing? Identifying your strengths can help you find a career that feels fulfilling and energizing. 2. What are my interests? What topics, industries, or activities genuinely excite you? Your career should be something you feel curious and passionate about. 3. What are my values? Do you value creativity, helping others, financial security, or work-life balance? Knowing your core values can help you find a career that aligns with your principles and priorities. For what lifestyle do I want? Do you prefer a structured 9-to-5 job, or do you crave flexibility? Are you okay with travel or long hours? Or do you prioritize stability and time for yourself or family? Taking time to reflect on these questions will help you better understand what kind of career might suit you. When you know yourself well, the choices in front of you start to become clearer. Once you've reflected on your strengths, interests, and values, it's time to explore your options. Don't feel like you have to commit to something immediately. Instead, start with research, gather information about different career paths, industries, and job roles that might be a good fit for you. Here are a few ways to explore. Talk to people in the field. Reach out to people who are already working in the careers you're interested in. Ask them about their experiences, the challenges they face, and the realities of their day-to-day work. This can give you a much clearer picture than a job description. Job shadowing or internships. If possible, spend some time job shadowing or doing internships in areas you're curious about. It's one of the best ways to get a first-hand feel for a profession before committing. Or online research. Look into job market trends, salary ranges, and growth potential for different fields. What industries are expanding? Which ones are shrinking? This can help you make a more informed choice about the opportunities available. The goal here is to explore broadly without feeling pressured to decide right away. The more you know, the more confident you'll feel about your decision when the time comes. One of the biggest obstacles to making important life decisions is fear. Fear of failure, fear of making the wrong choice, fear of the unknown. It's a natural part of the decision-making process, but it can also be paralyzing. It's easy to fall into the trap of playing it safe, choosing a career path just because it feels secure or because it's what others expect of you. But remember this, your fear doesn't get to make the decision, you do. When you find yourself feeling stuck or afraid, ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Often, we build up worst-case scenarios in our minds that are far more dramatic than reality. What's the best that could happen? Don't just focus on the negatives. Imagine the positive outcomes too. Am I making this decision out of fear or out of desire? Choosing a career or making a life decision based on what excites you and aligns with your values will lead to much greater satisfaction in the long run. When it comes time to actually make your decision, focus on growth, not comfort. A career that challenges you, pushes you to develop new skills, and offers room for growth is far more rewarding than one that feels safe but stagnant. It's tempting to stay in our comfort zones because they feel familiar and secure. But true progress happens when we step outside of those zones and take risks. Ask yourself, will this decision help me grow? Will I learn something new? Does this challenge excite me? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. Growth isn't always easy, but it's what leads to long-term success and fulfillment. One practical tool that can help with big decisions is using a decision-making framework. There are a lot of ways to do this, but one simple method is the pros and cons list. Here's how it works. Write down all the possible choices or career paths you're considering. List the pros and cons of each one. Look at each list and ask yourself, which option has the most pros that align with my values and goals? And which cons am I willing to accept or work through? Another method is the October 10-10 rule. Ask yourself, how will I feel about this decision in 10 days? How will I feel about it in 10 months? How will I feel about it in 10 years? These tools help you think more clearly about the long-term impact of your decisions, not just the immediate emotions or fears. At the end of the day, choosing a career and making important life decisions can be daunting, but they don't have to be paralyzing. By taking the time to reflect on your values, exploring your options, managing your fears, and focusing on growth, you can make choices that lead you toward a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Thank you for joining me today on Chess Thoughts. I hope this episode has given you some clarity and confidence as you navigate your career and life decisions. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share this episode with someone who might be facing their own important choices. Until next time, and remember, life is full of choices, and every decision is a step toward growth.